Hello, 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 everyone. We're just waiting for the to end. So yeah, we're going to wait for the ads to end. They last 3 minutes, and I cannot change that time. So as soon as they end, then we'll start. Then we'll start. Thank you for joining, all of you guys. We're going to start working in a minute as soon as the ads end. Yeah, let me just maybe go back here and start with question 2. Like move it there and keep it at that point. Then come back here. Yeah. So yeah, we'll start in a minute. Just wait, and the ad will finish in literally 1 minute 20 seconds. I hope you are there in the meantime. So yeah, we have to make a plan, Miss Q. We have to make a plan about that one. Because Antonio is very much into that one. And when I mentioned Miss Flip about baby one, then she was excited. She must say, "You must go and get the chessboard." Things like that. 17 seconds, 16 seconds, and then we'll be starting. And we're going to start with question 2. Empirical and molecular formula. If I'm not mistaken, there may not be molecular formula. I'm not quite sure, but we can always look at that one. Yeah, so we can run the first question. We can run the first question. Let's see how fast can we move. I hope you are all there. You can start, and you didn't struggle too much to get the twitch and so on. So we're starting with question 2, guys. It's a very important question. I can maybe zoom it a little bit, but you should have the question with you, okay? You all should have the question with you. Let me, that's too much, maybe there. I think that you can see it better. Let me see. Yeah, you can see it better. So we started. Remember, guys, if you have any question, just type it. I'll stop and I'll answer the question, okay? So that is how it works. Any question, you stop quickly. I mean, you send a message and I'll stop and I'll really explain. So let's start with question 2. It's empirical formula, and in the test you'll have a similar question, very much almost the same, okay? This question say, define the term empirical formula is a definition that you have to learn. There is the definition. I did write the definition at the bottom, but you have to learn it, okay? You have to learn it. I'm not going to write it down by handwriting. You have to learn that definition. Empirical formula is the simplest whole number ratio of atoms in a compound. I can tell you, it is in the test. Nothing to say about that. You have to make sure you learn that empirical formula because it is in the test for 2 marks. So you can get the 2 marks, okay? Let's go to the next part of the question. The next question say, a compound is found to contain 80% carbon. I'm going to write the data here, and you will see it in a second. Just let me write it. We have carbon. Carbon is 80%. I'm writing the data. I'll show you in a second. And 20% hydrogen. So is hydrogen is 20%. All right. Determine the empirical formula for 5 mark. Yeah. That is the one I gave you. What do you mean the same one you gave us? This is the question paper we solved, the question I gave you last time. All right. So it's not the same question paper as the grade 11th. It's similar, but not the same. So let's start. Let's start with this one. I'm trying to look for the whiteboard. It is there. So carbon 80%, hydrogen 20%. That is what we have. Okay, and I'm going to remove the definition. By now, you should have written it. So, guys, the first thing you have to do when you get this one, and yesterday I said you do not have to do it in a table form. All right, you don't even have to write the percentage. It is already given to you. But this one will be the mess as well. So this will be 80 grams, and this one will be 20 grams. All right, so you convert it to grams. The same percentage is going to be the grams. Right, so now we are going to calculate the number of mole using the formula N is equal to M over big M for all of them. And I didn't bring my periodic table. I have to go and fetch it real fast. So you can do the calculation in the meantime. You have to calculate for each of them. So let's say here, number of mole for carbon, I'm going to write a C, is equal to 80. Molar mass of carbon, you get it in the periodic table, guys, and it's going to be 12. All right, so you calculate that one for me. And then the other one is the number of mole for hydrogen. I'm going to write number of mole for hydrogen like this. And this, I'm going to move it there for you to watch, is equal to, we have in 20 grams divided by the molar mass of hydrogen, which is 1. All right. Hi there. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. You must crash. Carbon is 12. Yes. Oh, my goodness. I said 12 and I wrote 20. I said 12 and I wrote 20. I wrote the one of hydrogen. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It means you are paying attention. So this is 12. Okay, do the calculation. For carbon is 6,67. Oh, you are 6,67. And for hydrogen is going to be how much? How much is for hydrogen? Yes, that username, yeah, it's 20. So now what you have to do, guys? 20 mole. Remember, this is moles. This is moles. What are you going to do after you have the mole? What is the next step here? You're going to get the ratio. Do you remember how to get the ratio? Do you remember how to get the ratio? You have to divide every one by the smallest one. Okay, so in this case, the smallest one is 6,67. So you're going to divide each of them by 6,67. You can do that one. I'm going to fetch my calculator also in a second. So this is 6,67 divided by 6,67. Make sure you have it. Make sure you show it, because you get marked for showing those calculations. This one is 1. Even if it's 1, you write it down. All right. The next one is going to be 20 divided by 6,67. All right, and then how much do we get there? How much we there? Do the calculation while I'm looking for the calculator. Just give me a second. 0.99, that's good. I want to have my calculator with me in case sometime it takes long to calculate. So you get 2.99, which is approximately 3. Somebody asked me yesterday if you have to round off, and I don't even remember was a grade 10 or 11. Yes, you have to round off. So this one is approximately 3. You write like this, approximately 3. There we go. Approximately 3. So this is done. This one is done. What will the empirical formula be? For carbon, you have 1, so it means 1 carbon, okay? So it's going to be, I'm going to write it down here, maybe move it there. This one is going to be carbon, 1, hydrogen, 3. There we go. You see? Are we there? So that is what you get. I hope so. I hope so. I hope all the calculations are right. I trust in your calculations are right. This one is 80 divided by 12, and we get 6,67, yes. And then the other calculation was 20 divided by 6,67. There we go. 3, yes. So that is what we get. That is what we get. So the molecular formula is C1H3. You don't have to write a letter. There's some mistake, but I'm not going to look for it right now. CH3. That is the molecular formula for this, the empirical formula for this one. No, you don't have to write it. You don't have to write it. What I made a mistake is a mistake with the question itself. I think I messed something there. Okay. But this is the empirical formula. This is what you have to do. You mustn't worry if there is a mistake in the question. That is not your to worry. Leave that for me. So let's give marks here. So what we have, you'll get, if this is the case, you'll get mark for the calculation of the mole, you'll get mark for the ratio, you'll get mark for the empirical formula. All right. So that is, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Generic. I am generic. I don't even remember. Somebody told me about that one, but I don't remember who. And then in this case, you get one mark for the formula. But for the exam, instead of having 2, you will have 3 elements. Okay. You have to do the same for the 3 elements. And that's all. So it's quite simple. It's quite simple. Any question, guys, anybody that don't know or want to ask something before we go to the molecular formula that we are going to do now? Any problem? Anybody that don't know what is going on, don't understand something, I can explain. It's not an issue. I can explain for you. Any problem there? No problem. Are we moving on? Omolemo, can we move on then? Okay, thank you for the follow. We go on. Thank you for the follow. Click to 611. Oh my goodness. So we're moving on. Now, the next question, guys, say, and let me just write it down here. You say, thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you for stopping by. Nice to have you here. This is for my grade 10. So learners you see here are grade 10 learners. We welcome you to be around. All right. So guys, the question 2.2 say the molecular mass of the compound is 30 grams per mole. Determine the molecular formula. I'm going to write the data again, and then I'll show you how to do that question, which is not a big issue also. Molecular formula. Hey, where are you going off? Molecular formula is going to be equal to 30. Is 30 grams per mole. Empirical formula is CH3. All right. So what we are going to do here for the empirical formula. Let me show you the work there. Let me just move it here. So that is the molecular formula that they give you, and this is the empirical formula. Empirical formula. So what are we going to do? We are going to calculate the molar mass of the empirical formula. You must always do that first. So you get this one, and you're going to calculate the molar mass of the empirical formula. Okay, you use your periodic table, and this is easy numbers here. So what we have, carbon is 12, and you have 3 hydrogens. In this case, it's going to be 3 times 1, which is the molar mass of hydrogen. This is going to be equal to 15 grams per mole. There we go. All right. So now what we do, we are going to take and we are going to divide the molar mass of the molecular formula by the empirical formula. All right. So we're going to do the following. We're going to say 30. Ooh, and this is a new one. Let me just clean that one. You're going to say the following. You're going to say 30 divided by 15. All right? You always divide the molar mass of the molecular formula by the molar mass of the empirical formula. This one will give you 2. It's always going to give you 2, 3, a number that you're going to round off. And then you are going to multiply these 2 by every one of the empirical formula. All right? So we are going to get C2, H, 3 times 2 is 6. This is the molecular formula. If there is any grade 11 with you guys, this is very much on Monday in your test. All right. So that is how to calculate the molecular formula. It's very easy. You need the empirical formula, which you are going to calculate the molar mass. Here is how to calculate the molar mass from the... Are you serious? Are you serious? Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, I must know who that is. Thank you. That means a lot, guys. That means a lot. Yo, was not a need, but thank you. Thanks a lot for tier 1. Yo, my goodness. Now you have some of the, you have the nice moving of flip carry. Thank you for the subscribe. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. But anyway, guys, so here is the molecular formula. Any question, anything that you don't understand, and then I'll move on. Baker, you are grade 11, so you tell me. This one is going to be in your test very much, okay? So this is applicable to you. This is applicable to you, guys. That is the question 2. Question 2 is now sorted. We can go to question 3. I'm just going to see the go-ahead from you all. GD67, you are a legend. You are a legend. You are a legend. I'm going to erase the empirical formula. May I clean? Can I move on? Please give me the go-ahead, guys. Give me the go-ahead. We're moving on. No problem. No problema. Everything is fine. So I'm moving on, Moving on. Let me clean the little whiteboard so we can go to the next question. Next question might be more tricky. Guys, make sure you have the periodic table with you, because mine, I did not bring my periodic table, okay? I didn't bring my periodic. Let me leave this one just in case somebody decide to ask a question. All right, and then make this one. There we go. Okay, so the next question. Let's move on here. Question 3. We are there. Let's go to question 3. Question 3 say, define molar concentration. I have the definition somewhere here. Empirical formula, I think is this one. No, that is the mole. Where is the molar concentration? Molar concentration is here. Here we go. This is the definition for molar concentration. Maybe if I show you the whiteboard, you can see it better. This is molar concentration, and it is tomorrow. It is tomorrow. It's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be on the test. Molar concentration, nothing to say. You learn it, 2 marks, boom, end of the story. Okay. That's it. Now, something that I want to point out, molar concentration is the number of mole of solute per liter of volume. Okay, guys, concentration is C and is equal to number of mole divided by volume. If you think you are going to, if you think you forget, you can say number of mole per unit volume. You read like that, moles per unit volume, and you should get the marks. I'll give you the mark if you say it like that, but not in symbols. You like write it down in words, number of mole per unit volume, or number of mole per volume. I'll give you the marks, okay? I'll give you the marks. It's not a problem. So let's go to the actual question where we have to do some calculations. I'm greeting somebody. Let's continue there. Let's continue there. Let's continue there. Where is it here? There we go. Let's continue here. Say calculate the concentration of a solution by dissolving 2.9 grams of sodium chloride and 250 centimeters of water. Okay. So now let's see what we have here. Let me write the data. They say you have the mass of 292 grams. So mass, and let me erase that formula because we are not going to use it right away. They say mass is equal to 2.92 grams of NaCl. And then the volume is equal to 250 cubic centimeter. They want you to calculate the concentration. For 5 marks, I don't think you'll have so many marks in the test, but it will be in the test for sure, where you have to calculate the concentration. So this is question mark. Let me show you my data. Data is very important, guys, because it will help you to, oh my goodness. Okay, let me show you, let me take off first this. I'm gonna take off the molar concentration and we go to the whiteboard to explain. There we go. So that is the data. That is the data. They say calculate the concentration, okay? Guys, you may calculate the number of mole first if you want, and then substitute in the formula of concentration I just gave you, or you can go straight and write the formula of concentration equal to mass divided by molar mass multiplied by volume. And there is everything. We have the mass, we have the molar mass, we can get it from the periodic table, and the volume, we get it in the data. Now, for the volume, note that you cannot work in cubic centimeters. You have to convert. How do you convert? This is 250 divided by 1,000. All right, and this will be equal to 0.250 cubic decimeter or liters, which is the question. Let me move it a little bit down so you can see. There is the cubic decimeter. This is what we must substitute. All right, now what else? We need the molar mass. For molar mass, you need to have the periodic table for you. We spoke about that one already. So for this one, you need the periodic table, right? So is the molar mass of sodium chloride. Please do the calculation as I don't have the periodic table with me. So this one is molar mass. Do the calculation. Maybe I should go and look for the periodic table as well. I think I leave it here fine. Yeah, it is here. It is in my drawer. It's in my drawer. So for sodium, we have 23. I hope you are following me. 23 plus for chlorine is 35.5. So you calculate that one. You calculate that one there. Let me do it myself so long. And I struggle to see here. 23 plus 35.5. That is 58.5. So we get here 58.5. Please correct me, guys, if I have any mistake. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Let's substitute. So that is important. That gave the first marks which is the formula. I don't remember if I gave mark for calculating the molar mass. I don't really remember now at the moment, okay? But this mark for substitution. So let's substitute here. What do we have here? Mass is 0.25 divided by molar mass, which is what we got here, 58.5. And then everything multiplied by the volume, which is 0.25. There we go. So what the concentration is going to be? What is the concentration that you are going to get in there? Let me see. 0.25 divided by 58.5 times 0.25. Oh my goodness, my mistake. I did everything wrong here. 0.25 divided by 58.5 times 0.25. I got 0.017. 0.017. Please rectify that one. Make sure you get that answer. I don't know if mine is wrong. 0.017 grams per mole. No, mole per cubic decimeter. My mistake here. Mole per cubic decimeter. Be careful with the unit, because if the unit is wrong, you don't get the mark, okay? So this is mole per decimeter cubic. That is -3. There we go. And that is the question. That is the question. Once more, any question, anything you don't understand there, let me erase the other little whiteboard of mine so I can explain if there is anybody that don't understand. You know now that is going to be asked in the exam on Monday. 0.017. Thank you, Jomasu Crash. That name is difficult for me to pronounce without saying the wrong words. So there we go. That is the first part. Any problem there? 2.9. Yeah, 2.90 is the same as 2.92. Where did I get 0.25? Oh, I substitute wrong. Thank you very much. Fix. You see, I'm happy that you are interacting. It's 2.92 here. Thank you. So we have to change this one. Thank you. Thank you. That is what I like. That is what I like. So let's write it in black. This one here is 2.92. That is the only change. Look here. The mass is there. It's given to us. Remember, I have a little bit of dyslexia, so I did write this number. But it can happen to anyone. So thank you. That is what I want. Interaction. So recalculate. It's a 2.92 divided by 58.5 times 0.25. I got 0.199. 0.199 if you 0.1996. Are you with me? So that one, if you round off, it will have to be to 0.2. This will be 0.2 mole per cubic decimeter, because the actual number is 0.199. Let me write it down here so you can see it. 199. Where is my thing here? 0.199. So that rounding off will come 0.2. 199,658. You see, so when you round off, that one will be 0.2. There we go. Yes, thank you. Any question? Now it's sorted. Now it's fine. We'll fix it. We fix it. Any problem from any of you that don't understand something? Any problem? Note that alternatively, you may calculate the number of moles first and then substitute in the concentration. Yeah, construction, interaction. Yes. Look here. Alternatively, guys, what you can do is, but I'm not going to do it. You can do it in practice. Oh, stretch. Yeah, I need to stretch. Thank you for the stretching. So now here, if we go here, we can do all. Look here. Concentration is equal to number of mole divided by volume. So if you want, you can do it to practice. You can come here and calculate the number of mole is equal to mass divided by molar mass. All right? that will be 2,92. I'm not going to do it all. 92 divided by the molar mass, which is 58,5. And what you get in the answer, you substitute in there, and that will give you the concentration, you see? So alternatively, you can do that. I think it's better to only have one formula. Okay, I think it's better to have one formula. So any question? I'm going to clean this whiteboard. So we can start with the next question here. Any problem by any of you before we start with the next one that by me might be more challenging? What I'm cleaning. Okay, nice. So we're moving on. Huh? I hope I'm not going too fast. I hope I'm not going too fast. I think I'm trying to go slow, and there's a lot of people interacting, even more than in class. You people are naughty, huh? So let's go to the question. It's here, question 4. Question 3.3. Now, this one is very important. This one is very important for grade 11 as well. Baker, you are there. I don't know. It's also for grade 11. So we have Mg plus 2HCl is giving you MgCl2 plus H2. There we go. I'm going to read quickly. And then we'll go there. Say magnesium reacts with hydrochloric acid. There is a reaction, guys, and it's already blended. 4,8 grams of magnesium react completely with hydrochloric acid. Calculate the volume of hydrogen gas formed at STP. I'm telling you it's STP, okay? So 4,8 grams of magnesium react with excess of hydrochloric acid, with enough hydrochloric acid, okay? So what are we going to do? Let's go here to the whiteboard, 4,8 grams. This is, I'm supposed to move it a little bit down so you can see it here. I want to have it, let me rewrite a little bit down because you must see this one. Mg plus 2HCl, this one is MgCl2. I don't want to move my screen from there because then I'll have to be moving the whole time, okay? And I don't want to do that. So here what we have, that is what we have. And then they are telling us, if we look here, that this 4,8 grams of magnesium. So the mass of magnesium that react here, this mass here, is equal to 4,8 grams. All right. So now, guys, in any question of stoichiometric that you have a chemical reaction, the step one is to calculate what is given. All right, what is given? The mass of magnesium. So step one, I'm going to write it here. Step one, you calculate the number of mole of what is given to you using any formula. You have many formulas that can be used. In this case, they're giving you the mass, so the best formula is M divided by molar mass. There we go. All right, but remember, you have other formulas. Number of mole is equal to V divided by molar volume. This one is for gases. We're going to use this one right away. We have also the formula for concentration that we just spoke about, so any of those is applicable. Here, if we substitute there, and I'm sorry that this is a little bit turned, this one is 9,8. 9,8, that is the mass for magnesium that they gave us here, okay? Divided by the molar, 4,8, look at me. I'm already looking wrong. 4,8, I'm going to look now. 4,8 divided by the, thank you for the following. Thanks a lot for the following. Oh my goodness, why you people, I cannot pronounce that. Bull. I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry. You must forgive me. So 4,8 divided by the molar mass of magnesium, which you have to look in your periodic table. Periodic table for you all. You will get a periodic table with you, okay? So magnesium is 24. Please do not confuse molar mass with the number of atoms. Okay? So it is 24. Yes. I noticed, it's my mistake. My numbers are a little bit problematic. I never noticed. I always say they're beautiful, but I notice now that they might be problematic. It's 24. All right, so 4,8 divided by 24. Let's calculate quickly. Is that 4,8 the answer? 4,8 divided by 24, 0,2. 0,2. Okay? 0,2. Okay, I'm going to speak about that rounding just in a second. Now, the rounding off is 24,3 according to what periodic table you use, okay? In this periodic table I have here, in this one here is right 24. But if the periodic table you're working in the test, you have 24,3, then you use 24,3. You don't need to memorize the periodic table mass. You don't have to. You will always get the periodic table, all right? So it's 0,2. I had in my 24. 2,8, 4,8 is given to us. Let's go there. Look here. They say if 4,8 grams of magnesium. I'm telling you that 4,8 grams of magnesium is reacting with hydrochloric acid. So that 4,8 is what is being given. All right, Kokatsu, they gave you that specific mass. Is the known. So you always going to calculate the number of mole of what you know. Okay. I'm going to write here maybe given. You give me. I'm going to write here given. It's given in data, in question, given in the question. Are we clear about that? That is the 4,8. It's not, I didn't get it, no way it's given. The 24, this is the molar mass. This is molar mass. Molar mass. All right, you get it in the periodic table. I'm going to write it here, in periodic table. Okay, so in the case of magnesium, and this one I'm going there, in magnesium you get a block that is like this. This is what you get in the periodic table. Here will be 12. Let me write it with the black one. Here you will get a 12. And here you get 24. And here you get another number that is not needed. You get another number is not needed. This here is the mass. Molar. That is the molar mass. Okay, I hope it's that clear, eh? Was it clear? Okay, so now what is the next step? First step, this is a lot of writing. You don't have to do all these, guys. This is a lot of writing for me to explain. You only need to get this. You have to get this. That is what you need. Okay, this is a lot of writing because I wanted to explain. Now, from here, step 2, what is a step 2 going to be? Does anybody remember step 2? Step 2. Let me maybe write it in the other little whiteboard. We're going to combine the two whiteboards. Let me just clean while you tell me what could be the other step. What could be the other step? Me lovely, beautiful, etc. Children. Step 2. Anybody remember step 2? Ratio. There we go. Ratio. So let's look for the ratio. Let's write here ratio. Ratio between who and who. Between what they gave you and what you've been asked to calculate. Look here. Look here. Let's go to the question real fast while I'm fixing this one. Let's go to the question quickly. There we go. They gave you magnesium. They said calculate the volume of hydrogen. They give you magnesium. They ask no hydrochloric acid. No hydrochloric acid. Look here. Let's read the question. They say, this is going to be very, very ugly for me to write, but let's try to do it. They say 4.8 grams of magnesium. That is the given. React with hydrochloric acid. Calculate the volume of hydrogen. So it is between magnesium and hydrogen. Do you understand? Please let me know if you do not understand that one. It's not always between the reactant. It's what you've been given and what you've been asked. All right. We go here. It's between the magnesium, which is here. Let me move a little bit more down here. Is between the magnesium here and hydrogen. There we go. Right. So we're moving on. We come in here and we write it like that. Ratio between. Let me just use my the black one. I like colors. You know, guys, I like color. I love colors. This one is between magnesium and hydrogen. You always write it like this. It's between those two. For me to see that you know between who you are writing the ratio. What is the ratio there? 1 for magnesium, 1 for hydrogen. If you look at the equation, let me just move this one a little bit down here. How do you get the ratio? Numbers at the front. What number we have for magnesium? We have a 1. What number we have for hydrogen? We have a 1. So it's 1:1. Exactly. Well done. Well done. So if it means if we have for magnesium 0.2 mole, the number of mole here, that's not a mole, that is meth. Me and my writing and seeing some mistakes. Number of mole here is equal to 0.2 mole. There we go. That is step 2. Step 3, guys, we are done. Step 3 is to calculate the question mark. Step 3, now you go to calculate. They said in the question, calculate the volume of the gas at STP. How do I know it's gas? Because it's hydrogen. And hydrogen is STP. What formula can we use here? Number of mole is equal to volume divided by molar volume. This, and I'm going to make a note here, this formula you can only use it for gases. So this is only for gases. Only for gases. Right. This VM, let me write it maybe where that you can see it. VM is equal to 22.4 if STP. If they say in the question STP, you can use 22.4, and this will be given in the table at the end of the test. And it is in the exam. They will be STP. All right, saying that, we can now do the final calculation here. Saying this, we can do the final calculation. Let me see, I have so many pens in my hands. Look here, changing from pen to pen. So number of mole is equal to volume divided by molar volume. I did write the formula. You know what? I'm not going to rewrite it. I'm going to substitute straight, all right? Because the formula is written there. So number of mole is 0.2. The volume, that is what you're actually looking for, divided by 22.4. If you rearrange, you get that V is equal to 0.2 times 22.4. All right, there we go. And then you calculate. Vm, or just V, no Vm, is 0.2 times 22.4. We get 4.48, guys. Talk to me. 4.48. decimeter cubic. There we are done. And you are answering, which is amazing. So now you talk to me. You tell me if there is anything that is unclear in the question paper. In the question paper, you get such a question. I'll give you a formula, a equation, and I'll ask you to calculate something there. You see? So that's it. That's it. This is question number. What question are we doing actually? Question 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 3 more questions to do apart from the multiple choice. And we've been streaming for how long now? We've been streaming for not too long. We can continue. We can continue. It's up to you. It's up to you. I hope it helped. I hope it helped. I'm sorry. I forgot to move the. I forgot to move that thing here. That is the blurb. It's not here. Don't get stressed. Don't get stressed. I didn't place it. Please don't get stressed. I just forgot to place it here. I'm doing something for young lady because I forgot I didn't activate it. Let me see if it's working now. I have to activate it here. I have to fix it. I have to fix it. I don't know why it's not working. Blurb. Yes. I forgot to fix that one. I didn't think you guys are going to use it. That's why I didn't activate it. Let me see. I don't even see it here activated. Alert is activated by not blurb. Okay, I have to fix it another time. Don't use the blurb now because I have to activate it and it might take long to do it. Okay. We continue. We continue. I will explain to you next time. Don't you worry. Come and join me in my gaming and you will see all those blurbs and funny things. Blurbs are funny sound you can make. This is my gameplay. Let me if I do it here so you can see it, what I mean. Don't bother what you see in the end of the screen. It's not for they did something like this. It was working still. I have to refix it. It's not working. I have to fix it. I'll fix it. Don't stress. I have to use that one. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. Okay, well, let's go on. Let's go on. I didn't activate it because I didn't know you guys will use burps. We'll use it for next time, and they're fun and very fun to use. Okay, so let's go. Let's continue. Let's continue. We can go to the next question. Right. Let's go to the next question, which is here. Question say define a vector quantity, and the definition I have it here. I told you also there at the bottom. Also told you in class that it's not necessarily going to be asking about vector. In the test, I could ask you for scalar quantity, but vector is high probability of being there, okay? It's a physical quantity with magnitude and direction. Right, they say a student walk 40 meters east and then 30 meters, you will have to do it in a straight line. You will have to do it in a straight line. It's not going to be one to the right and one to the left. Maybe, and I didn't notice that one yesterday. So if we go here, let's do the following change. Let's write instead of north, let's write here west. So I'm going to write only W, west. 40 meters east and then 30 meters north. Okay, because we don't have to use with angles. We only work in a straight line. I hope you are with me. So a student walk 40 meters east and 30 meters west. No east and north. If it's north, then the other one will be south. Okay, in straight line. Represent the displacement using the tail-to-head method of the sketch. Very, very easy. Let me just clean my whiteboard, which I didn't do. Let me clean it now. I was busy with the blurbs. I have to fix those blurbs. I thought they would be working. I thought they were going to be working. And I didn't think any of you will be using the blurbs. So let's do that one. For this one, you need a ruler. I do not have a ruler. It's very uncomfortable for me now to manage a ruler in here, okay? So let's focus on the work without the ruler, but you must use a ruler, please. So here we have the following. I'm going to write the data and then I'll show you. So we have 40 meters. I'm going to write displacement 1 is 40 meters east. I'm going to write east with an E. And then the other displacement is 30 meters west. All right, you're looking for the final displacement, for the resultant displacement. Resultant displacement, okay? That is a question mark. We did practice a lot with F, but this time we're going to be using the we're going to be using displacement. It doesn't matter, it doesn't make any change. Where are we? Here we are. So there we are. We are here. That is the data we need. Now, before we start drawing vectors, before you even start drawing vectors, you need to do a scale. Now, we have here 40, we have 40, and we have 30. So a good scale here will be 1 centimeter. That is what I'm thinking. 1 centimeter is equivalent to 10 Newton. All right, that is what I'm thinking. Remember also that if you go to the cardinal points, you have the following here. This one is east, this one is west, this one is north, this one is south. Okay, you need to know also that one there to know in what direction you are going to write. So if we use this scale, 40 meters, you are going to convert it to centimeters, and it will be then 4 centimeters. So this one is 4 centimeters you have to draw. And this one will be 3 centimeters you have to draw. All right. I hope you are following me, guys. I hope you are following me here and didn't get lost. I hope you are with me. So if we go here now, we have to draw 4 centimeters. You need to use your ruler. There's no other ways. I don't have a ruler here. It is wrong. You must use your ruler. So you take your ruler, you starting from any point, that starting point is going to be the origin. All right, you take your ruler and you measure from here to the east 4 centimeters. Let's say this is 4 centimeters. Remember, with the head, be careful. You do something like this so you don't steal. All right, and this one is going to be 40 meters east. 40 meters east. That is my first drawing. Ruler important, guys. Ruler is important here, okay? There we go. What you're going to do then, right on the head of that first vector, you are going to do another dotted line. Because you are going to start the other vector from there. So you take your ruler and you draw 3 centimeters west, which is equivalent to the left. So from here, you are going to draw 3 centimeters left, or west in this case. There. This one is 30 meters. The 30 meters is equivalent to 3 centimeters. Let's write in bracket 3 centimeters. Let's write in bracket 4 centimeters. I hope you are with me. I hope you are with me, all of you. And then the resultant, where is the resultant going to be? The resultant is going to be from the starting point, where's my red pen, hello? Yeah. From starting point was this one, remember the 0? That was the starting point. From starting point to the head of the last vector you draw. So this here is going to be the resultant. This one is the resultant, R, which is equivalent to, when you measure with your ruler, if you do it correct, this will be 1 centimeter, which is equivalent to 10 Newton. So R is equal to 10 Newton east. That is the answer. So this question is like 4 marks. You'll get 1 for this drawing, 1 for this drawing, 1 for the final drawing, and 1 for the value. You must show the value as 10 Newton. Any question about that vector calculation there? Okay? Any question? I didn't notice in that test, you don't have to use Pythagoras. Don't bother about Pythagoras. We are not going to be doing Pythagoras, okay? So you will, don't stress, it is not in the test. Just this is a practice test I did, and I didn't notice about that one. Okay, so here, do not worry about this one. Let's do this. You do not have to bother. Let me just show you there. You do not have to worry about this Pythagoras story. No, you don't have to do that. And you don't have to get direction. What is the direction? East. It was the direction. So you don't have to do that one, okay? We love Pythagoras, but not for the grade 10, for this topic. The grade 11, very much Pythagoras. They are best friends. Pythagoras and the grade 11, they are best friends. No grade 10. No for this topic, Miss Q. They're going to use Pythagoras, but not for this topic. And that is the answer. I don't know if there is any question. I don't know if there is any question. In 3 minutes, we are going to get the answer. That will be our small toilet break. We're almost done. We only have 1 more question. If we go here, we have only 1 more question, question 5. No, 2 more questions. 2 more questions. Question 5 and 6. Then we are done. Then maybe if you agree, we can leave question 1 for Monday at school. Question 4 is done. Question 4 is done. You don't have to bother. Excuse me. Please don't bother about that question 4.2. That was my mistake there. I didn't notice up until now. Okay. Any question from anybody? We're going to question 5. We are going to just maybe go to the definition. Yeah, question 1, we're going to leave it for Monday. Question 1, we'll leave it for Monday, but we're going to finish at least question 5 and question 6. Right. Let's finish. Question 1 is for Monday, but question 5 and 6, we can finish it now. We can finish it now. I think it's better. In the school, in class, you get very distracted. So let's finish this one. Question 5 and 6, okay? In 1 minute, we'll get the art, and then that will be our little toilet break. Define acceleration. I have it here somewhere. Let me see if I found it. Acceleration is there. This acceleration is a definition that is going to be in the exam. Yes, I know you guys. I know you. You get very distracted in class. Here now you are alone at home. What I mean alone is no friends near you. Yes. making noise and distracting and things like that. Okay. So we're going to stop now, 20 seconds. We're going to stop for 3 minutes. That's a toilet break because it's ads coming and I cannot change the ads. I need those ads, unfortunately. Yes. Next, I'm going to stretch it. Next time we do it, we are going to use those points. I'm telling you, we are going to use those points. We're going to make polls and predictions. Okay. Let's break quickly. Then I'll be back. So still ads. Yeah, let me finish. Haha. I'm back. What is going? What I missed? What? Ah! What happened there? How can I fix this one? Article wise. What? What happened there? I didn't even touch it. Let me just fix it quickly. Let me just fix it quickly. Don't cry, please, guys. You don't need to cry. I don't know what happened there. You know, I didn't change anything. Which one is that one? Oh, okay. Let's make it here now. Four. Okay, it wasn't like this. I don't know what happened now when I. I don't know what happened when I went there. Let me then fix it a little bit more. We're almost done, so don't stress. We're going to finish now in the next few minutes. I think it's this one. Let me see. I have to check. Oh, okay, so let's make it 100. Make it 150. Here we go. Okay, I cannot fix it now. I don't have time to be fixing this one. But guys, we're back. I was making me a cup of coffee. So we're going to continue. Press Alt and Space. What? No, let's leave it like this. Let's leave it like this. Let's leave it like this. We continue. You giving me enough things. I don't know what is happening. I'm sorry, Miss Q. I'm sorry. Let's continue. We have to finish. This was not the plan. I don't know what happened there with the webcam, but it's fine. It's my phone. The webcam I'm using today is my phone. I hope it finished. Let's continue. We are by question 5. This is define average acceleration, which is there. Let me take it off. And moving on. Say initially at rest. I'm going to write the data. Whenever you're doing this work, please write the data. Yes. Data. We have initial velocity is how much, guys? 0. It's starting from rest. Final velocity, that is going to be 20 meters per second. Time is 5 seconds. I'm writing the data. You're looking for acceleration. Yes. I hope your Monday you do it like this. This is question 5. We're solving question 5. I don't know what happened to my webcam. It was so nice. Okay? 5.1. Yes, 5.2.1. 5.2.1. 5.1 was the definition. This is the definition. Okay? The definition at the bottom is 5.1. 5.2.1 is the calculation. All right. So let's start calculating this one. Let me look for the this one. I need this one. There is my data. Let me show you that. We have to select the formula. The formulas are going to be given to you all. You will have the formulas with you. So make sure, time to take off the acceleration, make sure you look for the formulas. The formula in the question is in this way. The one that can help you to this question is BF is equal to VI plus acceleration multiplied by time. That is the formula you have in the test that can help you. Okay. The final velocity is going to be 20 is equal to 0 plus acceleration is what you are looking for, and the time is going to be 5. There we go. If you rearrange this one, you get that is 20 divided by 5 is equal to acceleration. 20 divided by 5. Please, your calculator. Very difficult. I don't know what happened to my webcam. I'm very upset because I don't see myself as good as before. This one is going to be how much, me lovely? After you use your calculator, because this is a very tricky calculation. 4. Thank you. So acceleration is equal to 4 meters per second squared. I'm going to write same direction. They didn't say right or left or anything, so I'm going to write same direction. All right. Guys, make sure you write the following, all that. The unit, very important. If you don't write the unit, you don't get a mark. So there will be 1 mark for the formula. There will be mark for substitution, right and left hand side, and then 1 for the final answer with the unit. Now I want to point something out. If they say calculate the magnitude of the acceleration, they say calculate the magnitude of the acceleration is only the numerical value. You do not have to give a direction. Okay, and that is question. What question we say we were doing? Question 5.2.1. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going to erase at the whiteboard, waiting for any question that could come there quickly. What I'm cleaning here. Remember to join and follow Young Miss Q. Remember to follow Young Miss Q, which does chest regularly. You will learn a lot. You will have a lot of fun there. You can even play your own music in there. Like you have a command that she show you, and then you play your own music. It's a lot of fun there by Miss Q. So this one is done. This one is done. If there is no question, we're moving on. Yeah, you showed out yourself. You're in charge here. You have the sword. So the next question says calculate the displacement for the car during that time. Now, there are different formulas that we can use to calculate the displacement. Let me move my coffee here and move this one. All right, so there are different formulas. I'm going to write them all, but you select only one. I'm going to quickly write the formulas. Let me show you the... Let me fix this one here. So the formulas that you can use here are the following. Displacement is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2 multiplied by time. This one is by far my favorite one. It's very simple and you have everything. If we do this one, we have that the initial velocity is 0, the final velocity is 20, divided by 2 multiplied by the time, which is 5. You see? That is what we have here. If we use this formula. If you do that calculation, you get that 20 divided by 2 is 10, times 5 is 50. I get 50 meters. I'm going to write same direction. Same as before. If they say calculate the magnitude of the displacement, then you don't have to give a direction. All right. Marks allocation here, formula, 1 for the formula. Is the formulas are given to you. Don't memorize them. Take them from there. Substitution for the 20 and the 2, the 5, and then the final answer. That is the easiest way I think you can actually do. All right? But the other formulas also work because you have all data. So if I move here, I'm going to just write the formula and you can try it on your own. Okay? The other formula you can use is final velocity is equal to initial velocity. This one is a square plus 2 multiplied by the acceleration multiplied by the displacement. That formula also works and you have all data there. And the last formula that also works here is the displacement is equal to initial velocity multiplied by time plus half acceleration multiplied by the time squared. All the formulas work because you have all the data. So before we move to the next one, let me know if there is any problem that you want to calculate. We're almost done with question 5. Question 5.3 is very, very simple. I'm going to move it here so you can see the actual answer, and you can always try it with the other formulas. Any question, my lovely, beautiful children? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow to Miss Q. I want her to. I'll speak to her. I needed to tutor one of my sons that want to learn chess. So we're moving on, guys. You're very, very interactive. I love that. I love that. You must join my gaming live, not just the lesson. Join my game. You're interacting a lot. Okay, moving on. Moving on. They said the question, let me just take off the whiteboard. Yes, they must join the gaming. The questions say a runner covers a distance of 400 meters in 50 seconds. Calculate the average speed and the average velocity if the runner ends at the starting point. Good. Very good. Let me clean the whiteboard while you are thinking on that one and if you've done it before. I hope I ask you to go to be today with the questions done. All right. So let me see quickly. The distance is 400 meters. Okay. So we can answer that one. Thank you, Nathan. Nathan, you're still there watching the physics. You must be very boring watching me teaching some physics to my learners. I didn't know you were there, but thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Nathan do a lot of gaming also stream, guys, from Canada. Very nice streams. You must go there as well and follow Nathan and N45 for all of you. I never knew it's actually an A. There are letters involved in those numbers. So, yes, go and watch Nathan. I highly appreciate if you all follow Nathan there and stop by sometimes. Anyway, let's go there. The runner covered distance of 400 meters in 50 seconds. If we come here, the whiteboard, there we go. This is what we have. 400 meters in 50 seconds. Calculate they say there, calculate the average speed. So, I know, Nathan. I know. Alchemy is your thing, but you will help me tonight with the point. I have 1 point waiting for you, guys. We have here the average speed. This is speed. All right. If you think you are going to get confused with the V, you can write speed is fine for us, and this is equal to distance divided by time. Okay. There we go. Oh, you getting there. The distance is 400. The time is 50 seconds. That gives you 8 meters, I believe. And because it is a scalar quantity, you do not have to give a direction. So no direction. This is scalar. Scalar quantity. Right. Now, I did a drawing for the next one. They say that the runner goes, this is the runner. This is the runner, the wisher. You have a sword. He runs there, stop there, and end up in the same place. So this person, wisher, whatever it is, he stopped here in that direction. So the final and the initial position is the same. What is the displacement? The question say calculate the average velocity. Now for average velocity, the average velocity, let's write it here, velocity now, this is velocity, is going to be equal to displacement divided by time. All right, because it starts and ends at the same point, thank you. Because it starts and ends at the same point, the average velocity is 0, because the displacement is 0. So this one is 0 divided by 50, which is equal to 0 meters per second. I'm very, very happy with the interaction, guys. Very, very happy. By far better than you do in class. If I want the Department of Education to join my stream to see how much you interact here. All right, so that's it. That is the end of question 5. Please let me know if is there any problem. Yes, Ms. Q, I want the Department of Education to see how much my learners interact. They mustn't go to class. In class, they speak about something else. My lovely, beautiful children, talk to me. May I move to the next one? I'm very happy. I like it. All the streams. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to the last question for today. The last question for today's question 6 is a graph. Last question is the graph. This graph here. Viva live stream, viva. Viva live stream, viva. I'm agree. It's very nice. I told you. Lurk, you know, lurk means that you are not watching, you are like doing something else. But this is nice. It's nice if you lurk. It's fine. It's fine. Now, let me draw quickly, roughly that graph, because we have to answer things from the graph. So I'm going to be drawing it here, where you making sure to have all the information. The graph in the test is easier than this. Okay? So let me tell you that the graph that you're going to have in the test is by far easier than this one. Okay? And we are almost done for those people that want to go and do something else. I'm drawing the graph, not too accurate. I just want to draw it because we have to answer a few things from here. This one is a 5. I'm going to write the numbers that matter. All right? I'm not going to write all the numbers because there are more numbers but are not important for now. Excuse me. So we go here. They say define displacement. We are about to finish. Displacement is there. It's the difference in position in space. Different in position. Change in position. Yes. Oh, yes. If anybody's in the chat that don't understand, we have 2 learners. Shame. I feel bad. They are here. But we understand each other. They are here. Thank you. I much appreciate that you are here, guys. I love it. Okay, that was a definition. That is defined displacement for 2 marks. It is in the exam. Okay. Now this is sketch the velocity time graph described. Calculate the acceleration during the first 5 seconds. Calculate the deceleration during the last 5 seconds and calculate the total displacement. Describe the type of motion. So we're going to do that one. It's quite easy, and that will be the end of the stream. Excuse me. So now Miss Q is going to laugh this question because there is math involved in here. Calculate, there we go. To calculate the acceleration, for the first 5 seconds, we are speaking about this point here, the acceleration here. You cannot use formulas, you have to use the graph. So how can we do that one real fast while I'm sorting out my issues here? How can we do that? Anybody? After physics, yes, is the best. How do we do that? Anybody remember? Acceleration is equal to m. What is m? For Miss Q, m for Miss Q, this is the gradient. Yes, I will do just now. I will do it just now. This one is final y. I will put it for you in a second. Initial y divided by final x minus initial x. You have to write it like that. Let's put the definition of displacement. Quickly. There we go. You can write it down. So you need to do it this way. You cannot calculate it using formula. All right. Gradient. There we go. So we're working only with this part here. Only this part. Forget that this one is even there. All right. So final y is 20. Initial y is 0. The 0 is here. You know that. No. It's only the red one. The definition is the red one. The blue one shows you that this is a vector that is pointing in this direction and so on. I am not going to answer. I'm not going to answer that one. I'm going to have some sip of coffee. So we go here. What is this? This is going to be equal. Let's do it in this side. Final y is a 20 minus the initial y is the 0 divided by final x. Now, here, be careful. we are not working with this 20 here because 20 is the final of the whole motion. All right, we only working for this part here. So the final x is 5. 5 and the initial x is 0. Saying that 20 minus 0 is 20. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So this is equal to 4 meters per second square. It is gradient, but we're doing physics with the gradient. So the unit is meters per second square. We are done. It is in the test. It is in the test. Now, let's do the next one, say the gradient. I'm going to take off the displacement now, guys. I'm removing that one now. They say now the gradient of the acceleration for the last part. The last part is this one here. Now, this one might be tricky. Let's see. This one here. We're working with that one there. Gradient again. So let's do it here at the bottom. I think it's going to be enough space. And get my board, my other whiteboard. Come here. There we go. So the gradient again. Right? Gradient again. Let's do it on this side here. What we have. You write it. A is equal to M is equal to final Y minus initial Y divided by final X minus initial X. Now identify which one is final and initial so you don't make mistakes. For the Y, the final Y is, look here, you start here, you end up here. This is initial. Let me see if I can get a color, a blue color. I don't have blue there. This is initial. This is final. This point here is final. So what is the final Y? Look here. 0. So final Y is 0. Initial Y, 20. So minus 20. 0 minus 20 divided by final X, 20. Minus initial X, 15. We only working with this part here. So the answer is going to be minus 20 over 5, which is 4, but negative. So it's minus 4 meters per second square. I don't know if I should, I'm scared now that you see that minus, it looks like minus 4, minus 2. Minus 4. There we go. But the minus is important. If you get the positive answer, it's wrong. You don't get the mark. Meters per second square. Okay? There we go. That is the second acceleration. Any question there, my lovely, beautiful children, before we move to the next one? We are about to finish. We are about to finish the stream. We are about to finish the question practice paper. So, yes. Okay. More down or there is fine? Thank you for the following, Kendry. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated and welcome. We're doing physics. I don't know if you are one of my learners, or you are one of my learners. We're practicing questions in grade 10. This is the last question of the paper. We're almost done. So we can move on. Okay. So now the next part, which is, I believe it's almost the end. Here we are. Calculate the total displacement and then describe. So we have to describe and calculate. Let's calculate first and then describe. Now, for the displacement, what are we doing for the displacement? How do we calculate the displacement? Oh, but Miss Q is going to love this. How we calculate the displacement? Anybody? Before we move on, we are about to move. I'm just going to find out if people. The area. There we go. So we have to calculate the whole area, but divide the area in parts. Look here. This is the first one, which is a triangle. There we go. That is a triangle, right angle. You calculate that area. I'm going to do here. This one is displacement. You have to write it is equal to area. It's a triangle. This is equal to half base times height. It's a triangle. Okay? This one is equal to, I hope you can see here. Let me just try to, oh my goodness, my thick finger. Here is equal to half. The base is 5. This is the base. And the height is this one, which is 20. So it's half 5 times 20. Are you with me? I'm trying to compress because I want to show the graph, and I don't want to be drawing the graph every time. Seriously. Okay. Amazing, amazing. I'm sure Miss Q is very, very happy here, seeing some maths around, some maths. So how much is this? It's like 50? 50. There we go, 50. So we get, I'm going to write it here, guys. I hope you understand everything. If you following me, you know all this I'm doing. So this one is 50. That is not the 50. 50 meters. Let me make it better for you all. We are about to finish. Don't get bored. Don't leave. Don't leave. This is equal to 50 meters. There we go. There we go. But you have to do it for every single piece that you have in the graph. And I'm telling you, for tomorrow, for Monday, I keep saying tomorrow, it's much easier. Much, much easier. Boof, a lot. So here, the next one. Look here. This is the next one. That area. What is that? That is a right angle. That is a right angle. So you calculate the area of that right angle. I am going to try to move it on this corner here up. I hope it's fine with you. Stretch. I need to stretch. I am going to stretch. I am going to stretch here now. Let's do it here. Yeah, let's stretch. I'm almost done. I don't know, my webcam was better before the break. Before the break. Anyway, the area for this one, displacement, is equal to area. In this case, it's base times height. Base times height. Stretch again, I have to So now here, base times height, what is the base? Now base is 5 to 15. 5 to 15 is the base. Be careful with that one. So the base is actually 10 and the height is 20. Okay, it's 10 times 20. How much is 10 times 20? So if you substitute, can I substitute maybe here? 10 times 20 times 20 is how much, guys? How much you get there? 200. Thank you. I'm sure you're using the calculator like crazy people here. 10 times 20 is 200. All right, so far what we have, look here. We have 50. Remember, we're looking for the total. 50, and we have 200 here. And 200. Are you with me? So the final one is the other little triangle, which is here. This last triangle is the final area you have to calculate. Let me just do this. Let's do it here. And this area is equal to half base times height. Same as before. We get that this is equal to half. This one is very populated of numbers, but I didn't want to be drawing a new graph. If you think it's too much, you just let me know, okay? Yes, exactly like Miss Q told you. So here we go, and we have base is, this is the base, it's 5, from 15 to 20 is 5, times the height, which is 20. All right, and then we go to 50 again. So we have here, I'm going to move it here, is equal to 50 meters. Guys, the final answer, you have to add all of them. Yes, for the final answer, you have to add all of them. Let me move it If you think I'm going too fast, you stop me. So the final answer, the displacement final answer, is going to be equal to 50, this 50 here, plus 200, there we go, plus 50, it is going to be 300 meters. We go to the question quickly before we even, let me read quickly. The question say, the car in the same direction. You must give a direction, and I'm going to write same direction. What was that? Lurk. Okay, it's fine. Same direction. Let me tell you, in the test, it's much easier than this one. It's much easier than this one. I hope you got it. I hope you understood, because we are about to finish. We only have to explain this, the whole question. I don't know if it's any part you want to see. I cannot show you everything at once. I don't know if you want to see any part or anything. Test is much easier. If you understand this one and everything was fine, the test is much easier. The test is much easier. Okay? So the last part of the question, they say describe. Let me show you. Where is my pizarra? Say describe the type of motion during each section. So what is going on with the graph? Okay, that is the last question. Describe the motion for every section. So here, what can we see? What can we see and what must you say? Now, I'm not going to write it down. You write it as I explain what you must say here. First, the first section is this one. Let's call this one, for example, A. This here is the first section. What can you tell me about that one? First of all, velocity is increasing. You can see that it's going from 0 to 20. So velocity increases at constant acceleration. Acceleration is constant. You calculate it and you go that is 4 somewhere here. There is the acceleration. You see? Here, what you have to say, velocity increase for 5 seconds and the acceleration is constant. You have to say that one. Second section is this one. Let's call this one B. This one here. Velocity is constant. Pardon. Velocity stay at 20 meters per second. For how long? For 10 seconds. The most important part is to say that velocity increase in A, velocity stay constant in B. All right? And the last one, let's say this one is C, for example, velocity decreases for 5 seconds. That is the description of motion. That's all you have to say. My lovely, beautiful children, we did not answer question 1. We're going to leave question 1 for tomorrow. For Monday. B is constant, but you cannot say V is constant. You have to say, A, the velocity increases for 5 seconds. This is the first thing you have to say. You have to say velocity increases. B, velocity stays constant. 10 seconds. And C, velocity decreases for 5 seconds. If you want, you can say that in A, I cannot give you 50 flip coins. You'll get the flip coins by watching. You can get the flip coins by watching. If you want to say in A and C, if you want to say it, the acceleration is constant. There we go. We are done. My lovely, beautiful children, no, none of them is a negative direction. Negative direction is if you move to the negative side of the axis. If you move down here from X, that is negative direction. Do you understand? That is what you have to say. That is what you have to say. Okay. So, guys, this is the end. If there is not any question from you, if I look at the question paper, no, here. If I look at the question paper and we answer everything. We answer everything but question one. We answer everything but question one. I'll stretch for you. I'll do anything you want me to do. My lovely, I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's very nice. We can yes, we can who is this one? Miss Q? Miss Q, how do I do the rate here? We can do this one. We're going to rate, guys, but any question before we rate. Don't leave before the rate. Don't leave. Don't leave when we rate. We're going to support somebody. That is very oh, they leaving already. That is very much used in by us. We rate people to help them improve, and we're going to rate somebody that is doing chess. But if it's no question, we'll do it now. So we're moving on. I thank you guys. Much love to you all. Much love to you all. We're going to do a rate, and then you can leave. Stay with the rate just for a second. And then you decide what you want to do. But thank you for being here. Much love to you all. And then, yeah, I'll see you. Tomorrow I'm going to do grade 11. So, some questions in grade 11 are the same topics. See you all. Much love. And let's do the raid now. Raid. And I'll see you tomorrow. Much love to you all. Let's stop here. The raid can take a few minutes. There we go.
What? Huh? Party of 13 raid!